Hello friends, I hope you are having a fantastic Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends who are here who celebrate. Today's going to be kind of different. I'm going to do a studio tour and you're going to see it all, warts and all. It is a mess. I am a messy person in general. You know, ADHD kind of contributes to that. But, as with most adults who have ADHD, it is messy because I know where everything is within the mess. And that's kind of how I live my life. I do try and clean it up as often as I can, but, you know, life is life and you gotta do what you gotta do. So, hope you guys are excited for this one. It's a little bit different than my usual resin pours. I know my video on Tuesday was very much different because it was all music. As you can hear, my voice is back. My voice is back and I'm gonna use it anyway. So yeah, let's jump right into it. I hope you guys are excited for this. I know I am very much not excited to show you my mess, but here we are anyway. So without further ado, let's jump into the studio tour. Alright. So this is my desk area. I told you it was messy. I did warn you. It's a mess. So these are pictures that I had printed out for probably Thursday's video next week. I told you I was going to put pictures into a tray. Anyway, you didn't really need to know that. Yes, so this is my desk. It is very, very messy. I do actually try to keep this very clean. I just have not cleaned it up, you know, yet. Clearly. I've been working on stuff. Give me a break. Anyway, next to the desk I have this cart. I don't know if this is the IKEA cart or if this is the Michaels cart. I'm not sure. But anyway, it basically holds all of my things, like my, you know, my mask, paintbrushes, alcohol, all the stuff that I typically reach for. This is some new mirror film that I'm going to use in a video, so look out for that. Paintbrushes, scissors, all the stuff that I generally look to reach for, like my tape is down there. This is where it is. It's right here at my reach. That's what I reach for the most. Of course, right next to it I have my gloves and baby wipes, very important. And of course, the mask. Always wear your mask, always wear your gloves when using resin. Always, 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 no matter how much resin you're using. This is cured. I'm just eventually going to pull it out. That's the good thing about these little cups is you can pull all of your cured resin out. It's relatively easy to do. Right next to that is the resin. This is the Total Boat tabletop resin that I use, and I love it. I guess eventually in this video you'll see where I warm that up. But by the way, this is a packing blankets, I guess. We are in an unfinished basement. I don't know if I told you guys that. This basement is enormous and it's unfinished, so I just have some of these little packing sheets on the floor until, you know, we finish the basement. Please ignore that stuff. That's storage and packing materials and stuff that I don't generally use. It's just kind of in my area to keep it out of the kids' areas. But this is my resin additives area, I guess you could call it. I got this little stand thing, God, 5-6 years ago at a Big Lots, I think. It was really cheap, but it does the job. On the top, I have my alcohol inks and my mixing cups. Right here, I've got all of my mica powders and resin pigments. Not alcohol, just the, you know, the pigments. And you know, all of these. I've got a ton back here. I think I have enough mica powder. Down here I've got my flowers, crystals. Let's see, this is a gold foil sample that I got in one of my resin mold boxes. Got some more additives and some more mixing cups. And on the bottom, I've got mostly wooden things to alter, and then some additional things like these little cup things and some spoons. That kind of stuff is all down there. But again, it's pretty close. Pretty close. So, you know, it's within reach. Over here are my almost empties that I keep. Back here, these are my bookshelves that are not very well organized. I mean, they're partially organized, but I have not completely organized. So up here I've got some things to alter. This one's already altered. I altered that like, oh God, 10 years ago. Paints generally stay up here, paints and sprays. I honestly could not tell you everything that's on here. I've got a lot of ribbons, some things to alter. Yeah. But yeah, generally this is like my alteration stuff, additional like black scrapbooking paper, chipboard, things to use in resin, things to use in other crafting projects. And then that's just the mess down there. So, yeah, we're going to move on from that. Up here, you can see it. It's just some other stuff. I don't know. I have boxes that are labeled, but I very rarely reach for. These are, what do you call those? Seasoning bottles? What are spice racks? I think that's what they're generally called. They're meant to be hung up. Eventually they will be hung up, but they just haven't been yet. But, you know, glitters and things to put in resin, that kind of stuff. Glues, ribbons, punches, flowers, stuff like that. Same with down there. Ribbons, stuff to alter, that kind of stuff. And then down here, some wood blocks that I will never, ever, ever stamp, but they are there. I'm sure they'll go eventually. And stuff. So yeah. Anyway, over here I've got my little thing. I don't know what you call this. Spinning rack, I guess. With pens, punches, label maker, tape runner, knives, that kind of thing. But this is probably for the resin crafter, something that you are more interested in. This is a little, it's on wheels. It's a little drawer unit that I got from Amazon. Pretty cheap. I want to say it's like $20 maybe. But this is where I keep all of my molds. So I've got them all. They're not organized by any means, but that's just where I keep them. And that's where they live. Okay, moving on. Over here I've got this little stand thing, and I've got my Cameo on it, which is currently jerry-rigged because this piece is broken. So in order to keep the knife from moving up and staying up, I just put this little Dollar Tree clamp on it. It works just fine. My housemate did get me a new Cricut Explorer Air 2, I think, for Christmas. So the Cameo will be packed away lovingly and placed somewhere else. But on here, again, just more organizational stuff. Thickers. And this is from Dollar Tree. This is their, what do you call that? Vinyl. Their vinyl. Yeah. Okay. Moving along. This rack over here is mostly like my stamps, or sorry, my dies and embossing folders. I used to do a lot of card making never really scrapbooks, but card making stuff. So that's in there. I've also got a lot of general office supplies in that. This L desk used to be my housemates. They didn't want it, so they gave it to me, which is great because I can use it to put my resin pieces as they're curing, so I know that they're curing level and stuff. This, you guys, whole ass mess right here. Eventually it will be cleaned up, you know. But I've got my alcohol markers right there, some sprays, my ink pads. That's generally where they be. This I set up as like a photo area, so any photos that I take for my website, this is where I do that. And it's super easy because then I can just move my box lights over, move my camera stand over, you know. That's where I do that. Right now I've just got the tray that I made, or tier tray that I made, sitting there just kind of continuing to cure because resin does take a while. I've got a lot of storage stuff under here. You can see my Christmas storage box is open. But, so I've got Halloween, general storage at the bottom, and then Christmas. So this is where all of that crafty goodness stays. Over here, so this is a, what do you call that? A closet shelf. Yes, it is a closet shelf that I have set up on its side. And I just use these little, let me grab one for you. These little clips with hangers on them to hang up my stamp collection. As you can see, I'm a huge fan of the Gorgeous Girl collection. I really miss Blitzy, if you guys know what Blitzy is. But yeah, so that way I can just flip through, see what I want to pull out. Super easy to do. I don't know. It just makes it so much easier than having to like flip through a box or something. And below that, I've got all of my scrapbooking paper. I told you I had a lot of paper. You guys didn't believe me that I'm a paper hoarder. But, yeah, this is actually about half of the collection because I already got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. So, yay me for doing that. Moving along. This is yet another one of these little racks. I'm telling you, they're really great for this kind of stuff. So this is where I keep my resin pieces that I have completed. And it's just a great storage method for these. So I keep those in here. Again, they're not terribly organized, but, you know, they're kept out of the dust. This drawer came off its little rail. There we go. Fixed it. Anyway, this is pretty much completely full of completed resin pieces and stuff. And as you saw over here, I have more just sitting around. Just sitting around. Yep. Let's see what's next to that is packing stuff, Dollar Tree stuff that I haven't put away yet, and more storage over here. Okay, flipping to this cart again. I do want to say that this is the Michaels one and the other one is the IKEA one, but this is just, again, some more general storage that is partially organized. So I've got some sequins, glitters, mica powders on here. These are ones that I generally don't reach for, so that's why they're over here. On the next level, headphones, more glitters and sequins and stuff back there. Some of this mesh, diamond mesh stuff, some more diamond mesh stuff. I used to sell this stuff by the yard, but I don't do that anymore. And yeah, just general storage down there. This organizer, I'm going to sit down because my back is starting to hurt. Ah, the joys of being old. This organizer is actually one of my favorite things that I've ever DIY'd as an organizer. This is a shoe rack. And if you look at the bottom, you can see how originally, my health focused. You can see how originally it was meant to be. So the shoes would go onto here, and it spins. So what I did was I took this top level and I just bent these ones back. And then I used these little ring clip things from the Dollar Tree. And I just organized embellishments and stuff on here. So it's a little wibbly wobbly because on this unfinished basement floor, it's not very level. But so I've got like trims and stuff here. You know, stickers, more stickers. I've got one with rub-ons on it, that kind of thing. And then the second level is ribbons and trims and stuff. And then the bottom level is just general, like glass bottles, the wood pieces that you saw me use in the last one. And then I guess I'll back up a little bit. So this is my view. Is your mic battery on? Yes, I do have to remind myself to turn it on sometimes. And yet I still forget. So those are my box lights. These are Neewer, N-E-E-W-E-R, I think. Relatively inexpensive from Amazon, but totally worth it. Sorry for the shaky cam. So those are my box lights. Here is, so that is the tripod. And then I have this extension arm connected to it. The mic is plugged in, so that's why that line. And then, yes, I use a water bottle as the counterbalance on it. So this is the camera that I use. It is a Canon EOS M50. I really love this camera. I think it does an amazing job. I would like to get a better lens for it, for focusing purposes and that kind of stuff. But, so this is my view. And, yeah, that's about it. It's a hot mess under there. I will be emptying that today. I generally do empty that really often. I try to, because otherwise stuff goes all over the floor, and I don't want it all over the floor, because then I'm stepping on it. But, yeah, this is the studio. Let me swing you around. Whee! Yes, we have a giant tent in our basement. There's a very good reason for that. We don't have anywhere to go camping around us. So, and the kids wanted to go camping. So we set up this giant 2-room tent. And my boys sleep on one side and my housemates' girls sleep on the other side. And they're very young, so they can do that. And do it well. And then of course we have the kids areas. So my boys are on this side, the girls are over on that side, that kind of thing. But also I wanted to show you, sorry it's a little messy, they'll clean it up, I promise. This is where I heat up my resin. So I'll put the bottles on that that shelf right there, turn on the heater, just, you know, warm it up just a little bit, and it works. Yeah, it works just fine. So yeah, that is my studio. Again, sorry it's a mess, but I am a mess, and we are all messes, and life in general is very messy. So, you know, it is what it is, and you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this somewhat. I don't know. Maybe you have OCD and it kind of made you cringe a little bit. It's making me cringe right now. So, yeah. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I hope that you have a fantastic day. And I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Take care.